Coach, a couple words on the night's win.
It was a good team win. When you run the ball like that, you've always got a chance. I think we ran for over 400 yards on, I don't know, a lot of carries, and that wasn't necessarily the plan coming in. We're trying to be balanced, and yeah, when you're having that kind of success running the ball, it makes it easier on everybody. Certainly, your defense can stay off the field, stay fresh, and so that was fun to see. I thought when we threw the ball, we threw it pretty effectively. We just didn't need to throw it much. So it was a good win, and we have to cut out the silly penalties, things that we control. Those things will come back and kill you in close games, and so we have to be able to push that past that, and it's just it's a competitive maturity, a championship level maturity that we have to attain, that we have to push for. We've got a huge challenge this week. Buffalo comes in here at 3-1. They beat NIU today. NIU beat Notre Dame a couple of weeks ago. So we have to have a great week of practice. We'll enjoy this for 24 hours, and then we'll get on with it. Wow, I didn't know that they were both over 150. I was told that it was a record, which is, it's impressive. But both of them, they're different types of runners. Mel's more stop and start and lateral quickness, and then Durrell, he's just, he's got great energy. He breaks tackles. He runs hard. He runs with his knees up. He secures the ball well. So bringing those two guys in and add him to the group, Victor, who didn't play tonight, will be back next week, and then Cam, who's just, he's a up, and he's our lead guy. Being able to, kind of give him a little bit of a rest when those two guys are playing well is great. But having four running backs plus a quarterback that can run, that's what you're after. You did. You got to make sure we secure the football. Can't turn the football over. I mean, those things, you can't be lulled into thinking that everything went right just because the scoreboard was what it was. You have to be very, very critical about the things that we didn't do well. So we have to take care of the ball better. Those things, you get in a tight game, those things they'll hurt you, just like the penalties I mentioned. So we'll stress that with him. I think it's really important that we continue to stress him taking care of himself, getting down. I'm not so sure that I'm fired up about our quarterback dropping his shoulder to try to get in the end zone. I think if he was 230 pounds, that might be different. But he got caught up in the emotion and he wanted to score and he did it and we got out of that one. So I would just tell him next time, make sure it's your left shoulder and not your right shoulder. And, I'm serious about that. He's got to learn when to get down and get out of bounds, and we have to be really careful. How much we put on him in terms of running the football. But it is certainly something that makes it really tough to defend this type of offense. Yeah, Ben didn't play. Morowski. So Brady Wayburn stepped in, as did Kyle Jurgens, and they kind of split time, and they did well. And I mean, there was probably concern about the interior of our offensive line, given the fact that we lost three really good players from last year. But having guys that can step up and step in like Brady did and Kyle, it just shows you that we're building depth, and we need to keep building depth. When you can replace a really good player like Ben and still have the productivity like we did today, that shows that you're building depth. Yeah. To be effective running outside zone, which is what we run, you have to have patience. It's a run scheme that demands patience, and then once you put your foot, get vertical. And the best outside zone teams are the teams that have backs that can do that. They can be patient behind the line of scrimmage. They understand where the hole's going to open up, and when it does, they put their foot in the ground. And that's what he does. That's what Cam does. That's what Victor does. Mel is a little more that, which is great. It's a really good change for us. I haven't talked to him. I'm sure that it probably feels good. But I don't think he's the kind of guy that's going to bask in the glory of one win. I mean, he's pretty focused. He's pretty hard on himself. I think he feels like there's a lot for him to prove. I think he's got a little chip on his shoulder. I know for a fact that he wants to improve in the passing game. I mean, every day he stays after practice, works with receivers, comes in and meets with Brad, Gordy. He's kind of relentless right now in terms of his pursuit of being a really good football player. So, of course, it feels good, but I think that within that there's this real thirst to become the player that people thought that he was going to be coming out of high school. Yeah, it was. I mean, when you give up a run at the end and you're a defensive-minded coach, that always just puts a little stain on it. But if you look at it in its entirety, we did a good job. We kept track of a quarterback that's a really good runner. He was their leading rusher coming into the game. They didn't have a lot of success in the pass game. We tackled better, but you also see when we don't tackle well, what happens. That bag got out and he scored. And we've got to eliminate those things for us to be the type of defense that I think we're capable of being. I want every pass. I want every play to be a touchdown. Uh, no, we were. It was. They played man, and when they play man, that play calls for him to throw the top fade, which he did to Porter. Shamar's made two really nice catches now in 4 of our games for touchdowns. That was one wonder. I mean, he's a talented player, and he's earning the right to play more in this offense. But by no means at that point are we trying to like rub anything in. That's not our intent. That was the only throw that we made when we got a big lead, and it was third down, and they played man, and we weren't going to be able to run it, and so we got into a throw, and it was great. It's good, but your confidence is based on the work that you do. And the only way you maintain confidence is you continue to work hard every day. And you like I said, you can celebrate this one for 24 hours and then it's over. It's gone. And then you start working again, right? And you build on the things that you get better. And then that's when you become a confident football team, when you've done the work. There's really no mystery to that. Just otherwise it's pretty confidence. But real confidence comes in the work that you do every single day on the practice field, in the meeting room, in the weight room. Um, you know, when you're at home studying on your own, the extra time spent, amongst your teammates studying stuff, that's where you gain your confidence. Got him too. Really proud of him. It'd be easy to go in the tank, I think the thing that kind of has gone unnoticed, maybe it's not gone unnoticed, but I notice it is his kickoff ability. I mean, it's a huge asset when you have a guy that can kick it deep left or deep right and put it out of the end zone or into the end zone. I think it how hard it is to kick it deep right. I think that they returned one kick. So that's really beneficial to our defense. But just being able to get him a couple field goals, I was kind of hoping to get him another one. Joe went and threw a big touchdown pass. So we'll take it. I don't believe in statements. I think just the second you start thinking you made a statement, someone jumps up and bites you. It's an ongoing process. You have to make a statement every week. You know what I mean? And this one's, yeah, we made a statement for today, but it doesn't matter going forward unless we back it up. So that's how I look at things. Yeah, I'm proud of it. We're happy. We're excited. We're not satisfied. We're not going to go the greatest team on. That's not going to happen. Keep putting the work. Okay. Thanks.